Yo boys, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing the good old fashioned BM Hunter. Now, obviously, I haven't played much BM Hunter, but I've kind of gotten the gist of it. It's very easy, that's for sure. Um there's only a few other classes that can compare with it. In 2v2 Arena, I'd say that one of the most popular specs in the game, and on top of that, Warriors are really popular, but as you will see here, if you have to be a really good warrior to actually be able to keep up, because you'll see during this video, just the ability to just kite, have your pets to be able to, to keep you going. It's just you're just constantly moving your character, and even if you don't land traps, like I rarely land traps, because I'm just flat out doing DPS. If I can land the traps, I'll go for them. But more than likely, it was like a trap like that where it goes, GG's and it goes across the map. But these are pretty much the clips out that I got doing a carry here, doing a 0 to 1800 during this, and you'll see I'm kind of just keeping my triple stacks, and at the same time I'm also just spamming kill command, and that's really all you're doing. In between your kill commands and your triple stacks, you're just using your cobra shot to reset them, and you'll see you always have something to push. Here we yoink a trap, which we end up getting it, and I'm running the non-dispellable trap, which is also not a good thing at the same time. But sometimes it's honestly worth running because diamond trap, as good as it might be, you're losing like 3 or 4 seconds worth of CC, and that's the only reason I don't really like running it in a solo shuffle or in a situation where I know it's gonna break. Obviously, you're gonna run the steel trap or whatever, diamond trap, but otherwise, non-diamond is still really insane, and you'll see with all the amount of walls I have, I just have a lot of defensive cooldowns to just get away from this guy, and you'll see this game was actually really close. This is my disc priest again. He's just started playing it. He bought a 0 to 1800, so that's what this is. And even if you don't know it, he has the wrong stats on full haste. And based off what I've been seeing now, disc priests just run full mastery and they rely on heavily shields. Like it's literally just shields. That's the only reason I don't like disc priest is because its healing is terrible. It has a lot of utility and it's great, but like its actual healing abilities, they don't feel good. It feels like you're just spamming enough shields to where you can out dampen somebody without them killing you, but your actual healing is just meh. So here, with 5% HP, just kiting, literally 5%, the perfect grip of all time. And at this point, I'm just literally kiting him. Had he not gripped me right there, I would have died. And I live at literally 2%, get trinket, and I end up taking him out. And it was a very close game. They almost had it, but that's really all there comes down to it. We end up kiting enough, getting an insane grip, and we win the game. Again, you're just keeping up your triple stacks. You're gonna try to. Usually, if my priest was fearing, you'd be able to get a lot of traps just doing that. But when you have stuns and stuff like that, or if you can just go and do what I just did, just go up to him in the stealth, you can trap him out of stealth, get a pretty much a good starter. Here we silence him off that, and off that we just start popping off using all of our. We have basically four main abilities. Off that we stun him, and we're just popping off. Um, Here we're just purging pretty much on GCD. Every time we can purge, we're just gonna purge. Usually, no matter what it is, just because it's a 10-second CD. There's no point of not clicking it, and the elemental shaman is doing unhealable burst dam, which is usually just what they do. They do a ton of burst dam, but then off the burst, they're kind of just not that good. But like when they click it's like an enhancement shaman. When they click burst, everything's dying. Here we get trinket from the priest, really good. Off this, we're feign deathing off CD. The moment I'm taking damage and I know burst is coming, we're gonna immediately feign death. Kind of, counter reacts all of their damage. We end up getting a stun off on the priest, and he ends up just mind controlling and dying. So here we're gonna disorient him or stun him. So here we DR stun off that, we get a fear off that, we can trap. And just the amount of CC that we have is just insane. So him doing that mind control allowed me to get him low enough to where he wasn't even paying attention, and we ended up just getting good CC. Really good fear by my guy, and we get a beautiful trap off that. For the next game, this is pretty much a pure um, reason BM hunters are so strong is this right here. If you don't know how to face BM hunters, it's really hard to like heal them. Like if you don't use your cooldowns on my burst, you'll see here, this is a gladiator level player, and you'll see how fast he melts. So here I get him out in the opener. He ends up fading nothing, but it's okay. Here we're going to basically either stun him or we can just trap him out of air. We'll see. So yep, we stun here. Off this, we're going to trap. Off that, we can silence his trinket. Nope, it looks like it breaks. And again, another situation where sometimes it just breaks and it's because everyone's stacked. Usually that's not going to really happen, but you'll see I'm just doing unhealable damage. We're popping off. The rogue's doing double my damage, but it doesn't. We're just doing unhealable damage. And on details, it doesn't track pet damage or it's like bugged or something. But you'll see, we literally just melted him. There's nothing he could do. And a perfect example of just not being able to use your CDs. And here we open again. We trap him out of stealth. Get our go going. Another game where this warrior actually did pretty good going. Getting on top of me, but that sounded sus. But whatever. Here we silence off that. Off that we can either stun him, which we were probably going to do, so we're going to stun him, and then we can purge him to see if we get anything. We're making sure we're using our slow, and we're always kiting. You never want to sit in one spot as a BM hunter. Stay in your healer's line, but always be running. Hunters do take a lot of damage if they're not good at kiting. But if you have, good capabilities of just slowing and using your disengage and being able to just get out of there and trying to lane kicks when you can, it's just really helpful. So here we're just kiting again. We don't really care so much for doing anything but just kiting and damn. We literally just got wall for free. And we're just feign deathing off CD. The moment I start taking damage, we feign death. It's literally a shield that stops all of his pressure for a while. Here we just yoink a trap to the outer space that did literally nothing. So again, traps, that's the good thing about this, especially in 2v2 arena. Usually in threes you would have help, like you'd have a Haj or somebody else to do something before you. That way, it's allowing you to get over there instead of just having to yoink it over there. But at this point, it's not really a big deal in twos because we just have the amount of pressure that we need to take him out. And here we get trinket from him. I have trap off this. It looks like we're just gonna again pure out damage. He's gonna have to run again, and him running is the worst thing that they can do. The reason is he needs uptime. He has to basically hurt me enough to where it forces us back, not them. So here we get a full trap, and it actually lasts almost the entire duration. And again, this guy's just at 30% HP. His guy's lightning lassoing a big mistake. They didn't need CC at this point. They needed damage. If anything, he should have lightning lasso me so he could like stop the damage. Because now we're literally just gonna kill him, and he's not gonna get the spirit link in time. And that's pretty much all. He gets a really good fear. And you kind of have to go hunter in this situation when it's a disc priest. Some warriors you could definitely go the disc priest. Honestly, I definitely see them going by disc priest and being able to kill him. He's still good, but again, it's like a good hunter versus a warrior. More than likely, the hunter is gonna win, especially during this time, because that's just we're good at dampening and we're good at just surviving. So here we're not gonna open. He saps my healer. There's no point of opening, and the reason sapping the healer right now is bad is because I'm not. They're actually going me. So why would you trap? Now they can't blind sap or fear sap or stun sap. So now he can literally not sap at all. He can blind the healer, but he can't do anything off of it. So that's very nice. So here he kidneys us. We pet sack, and my healer's not CC'd, so we should be perfectly fine. At this point, we're keeping our marks up, so our red mark lets us do more damage. I think it's like 5 or 10. I think it's like 5% more damage on the target when you have the mark up. So you make sure you just use it off CD because it usually just gets dispelled. But here we get a trap. He trinkets the trap. At this point, my guy could run in for a fear, and we'd definitely win in the opener. But it looks like he's getting CC'd. Here I turtle. For obvious reasons, I would have been dead. But their disc priest is running a damage build. The only problem with running a damage build is disc priest does no healing. So running that damage build, sure, it's nice with damage, but its healing is not going to be that good. And you'll see that later on through this match, the healing's just going to be, he's just not able to top him. And that's the one issue of running a damage build right now as a priest. It's just, you want max healing. So here, we end up silencing the healer. We knock back, we stun the rogue. We're looking pretty good so far. It looks like he gets dispelled. At this point, we have a trap coming up. We're going to kick the mind control. So full kick the mind control. And it put him on DR, so now he can't fear full. We're kiting again, putting mark up, keeping our 3 stacks up, and we're just kill commanding. And then just trying to keep your slow up whenever you can. Here we get a trap. He eats the trap for his healer. all well. It's not, again, it's not a big deal if you don't trap them, even if you don't, because you're just doing, as long as you try to just wait for those kicks, they're going to be too scared to cast, and it's just going to be like this, where you're just able to take him out through healing. He's running an atonement build that's based off of damage, which again isn't going to do as much healing as, for example, my priest build. That's why I don't really like this priest, because it just does no healing. Its healing's just bad. Even if you're running the healing build, it's just a shield bot. You just spam enough shields to where it somehow keeps your team up. I can't stand it. I wish it actually had good healing. It feels like you get your flashlight procs, which do okay, but like compared to like an H-Val or a Restless Shaman or an Evoker, if you don't really have, it doesn't feel like you have big burst healing. It just feels like you're kind of just spam shielding, which I kind of hate. But here we're gonna go DH. You can go pretty much whatever you can hit, but it really just depends. Usually my priest would just purge the shields off, but again, it's not the end of the world. At this point, we're just going to use our purge to just purge every now and then when we got it. Here we kick the sleepwalk when we can. Our main goal is save and kick for sleepwalks. That way we can stop our guy from getting CC'd in any sort of value. And then, again, CC, without CC, damage means nothing. Especially when you're playing a class um, like a DH, or even, honestly, even a Hunter. If I can do my full burst rotation, and without any interference at all, you might get cooldowns, but you'll never win that way. Now you can win in dampening, so if you're looking to be a dampener, then sure, that's different. But as you can see, we end up taking this guy out regardless, even without CC. We ended up just taking him out. So let me know what you guys want to see in the next video. But otherwise, it's been X, and I will see you guys in the next one. He outlines his healer, ends up getting taken out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out my Patreon down below to support the channel. Otherwise, it's been X. Peace, peace.